of these pitches. So we get to start to understand, especially if you're in the university, like where in their pitch are things happening or not happening for her. Generally for her, if we see her pop up really quickly, nothing much good is going to happen. She's going to throw something like that. We see 51s and 52s. Generally, she's better at shifting. So if we see 51s, 52s, and more along the lines 50, 51, we're going to see her shift well, meaning her getting over top of her right leg. But we're not going to see her add any energy to that with her back leg and her drop. So really good shift, but not a lot of weight behind it. So it stays at 51. Start to get to 53. There's a decent drop, meaning she just didn't go into her shift, but we're not on the performance side of it, meaning the drop is there. We could do a better job of moving. So you see the back foot work a little more. So now there's the back foot, and now when she does better in terms of putting everything together, there's a good drop, a good shift, which in her last session, we were able to hit 4 55s right there. Drop, good shift. And so now she knows when she's at home practicing, these are the things you want to be able to get to. Okay, I know if I'm popping straight up, I know nothing's going to be above 50. So if I hear the radar say that I'm throwing fastball, now I know my actual adjustment. It's not release the ball early, release the ball later, any of those things. It's okay. I go back, maybe do some drops and shifts together. I know if I see 52, 53, that means I had a really good shift, but I'm likely the adjustment I made is, I'm not popping up, but I'm just diving straight down into my pitch. And when I'm saying these, I'm talking personally for Haley right there. She knows these things now, and that's how she practices at home, which has allowed her over these past months to go from, having a high of 53 in a session, but then being riddled with some 47s, 48s, 49s, lots of 50s, to having sessions where she knows how to pick things up and she knows how to build more consistency and have more of those high-end pitches happen and stay, and rarely she threw, that was just a warm-up pitch, but nothing below 50 here. And then once we got going, right here, there's, from here on, everything's 53 and above. And so that's what you're looking to build for your athlete. And when you combine that with the university, when our drops, our shifts, or those things, we can get really, really conclusive into what that number on the radar means if you have a radar for yourself, and then looking at those variables. Then I would say you can move on to a little more spin, but honestly, especially when we're just throwing fastball, as they get more consistent with their motion, you're also going to see improvements in how much it's spinning. Because if we look at the total spin right here, let's go to these, her high ends, sessions. Let's go to that first session again. Pitches, 53. She's throwing it 735, 879, 807, 612, 782. And that was 815. Now, a month and a half later, almost 2 months later, we're not working on spin. We're working on having your body in a position to be able to deliver your hand into the ball. 920, 1076, 1101, 914, 1130, 1072. All those numbers are starting to coincide because we're selecting one thing to give us understanding and validation, and then we're understanding that what piece of that is within the university, and we're going to see all those things start to have upticks, because if my body's in better position, I have a better ability to produce things. So those are kind of the basics and kind of where you want to work through and what you can get to when using this app. Yes, there's the ball path feature. You can pay for that ball path feature. If the majority of you do, I can do a video on that and how that helps as well. But most of the Zooms that I have, I get to see the ball path and I explain that kind of individually for them.